Hello everyone, this is Running on Empty Food Review. Good afternoon, 2:20 in the afternoon, 2:20 it is, 20 minutes past 2 p.m. And I'm here at Wendy's. Wendy's is an establishment that serves food. That's what Wendy's is. I don't know what else it would be, but that's Wendy's for you. And Wendy's has came out with 2 new items lately. As a matter of fact, this week has actually been a pretty exciting and fun week for fast food. Lots of new releases, so a lot of work for me, but it's also fun because there's a lot of new things to try out. And this is no exception. Wendy's is bringing back Sriracha, folks. That's right, not like Sriracha was ever gone or anything like that, but they're bringing it back. And that they are. They brought back 2 items now, with Sriracha being the signature focus of the dish. They're Sriracha Bacon Fries, which is essentially their fries, their famous fries, coated in a creamy cheese sauce, little Applewood-smoked bacon bits, and then it has a Sriracha aioli sauce as well. Now, what they also have is a Sriracha chicken sandwich, which is one of their more signature or specialty chicken sandwiches. Has some pepper jack cheese infused with Sriracha. Well, that'll be an interesting sandwich, but I was watching television, and what I've noticed is that all the advertisements I've been seeing are for these Sriracha fries, so I think that's what they're really promoting, at least first. So I thought, well, that's what I'm going to review first. So let's look. And yeah, I got a fork here, so I'm not going to sit there like that one famous review where I was sitting there didn't know what to do with them. Alright, here they are. There's the fries. And there's the fries. Here's our fork. We can use that as a little pointer. That's a French fry right there. That's a French fry. That's what they call French fries. It's made of potato, actually. I don't know if you knew what that thing was. That's a French fry. That's what they call them. This here is a mixture, a 2-part mixture of their Sriracha sauce as well as the creamy cheese sauce. And these brown things are pieces of bacon that comes from bacon beasts. Alright, that being said, let's just sink our fork in right here. So I keep clearing my throat. Forget it, let's just eat. Boy, doesn't this look appetizing right here. Boy. Ooh. I don't really, well, I don't really like to hold any personal bias to the food I review, but I'll be honest, I'm not a cheese fries type of person, but I'm not going to let that get to me. It's just, it's a very sloppy, messy food, and that's just not what I like, but I'm going to focus on how it tastes and not how messy it is, because people buy these for a reason, they know what they're getting themselves into, so I'm going to put that aside. But that's just my honest opinion. This will be, oh, come on, you. This will be our last bite here. Okay. Well, Putting aside the fact that they're sloppy and disgusting, that's just how they are supposed to be. It's not like they're supposed to be pristine. So again, I'm not going to criticize them on that. But putting that fact aside, what do they taste like? Well, I was expecting for such a signature sriracha type of cheese fries, I was expecting there to be more of a focus on the sriracha itself. Now, granted, when you bite into those fries, you know, some fries have a tendency to be really dry on the inside. It's just how it is. Just the consistency, how the potatoes are, just sucks all the moisture out. Well, that's not the case with these, thankfully. This is a very, very moist dish here, alright? Combination of the fries, this real thick, creamy cheese sauce, which also is now smothered on top of these hot fries, allows that steam just to be trapped in there, alright? It's a very moist dish, very moist. People hate that word, but I'm going to say it a lot in this review, so get ready for it. It's a very moist dish here. Now, keeping that in mind, dryness is not an issue whatsoever, alright? You bite in, they really, texturally as well, they're not firm, right? You saw how they just flopped over and bended when I had them skewered with the fork here. Alright, they're very flimsy, and again, that's just because they're so laden with moisture, okay? Gotta keep that in mind. Now, the cheese sauce is very, very thick, very flavorful, but very thick. I mean, to even just call it creamy isn't enough. It is very thick. It's almost in part solid. And one thing you're going to notice with this cheese sauce is that if you even, if you don't guzzle all this down within seconds of getting it, if you just wait 5 minutes, that cheese is already going to start to solidify. So it's not even going to be a creamy texture anymore. It's still going to have some of that creaminess, but it's really now just going to be a very, very thick liquid instead. Very thick, alright? So keep that in mind. Very thick, and as it begins to harden, it also begins to envelop a chewiness to it. And you might be thinking, the way I'm talking about this must have been sitting here for like 10 minutes. No, it hasn't. It's been sitting here maybe for about 4 minutes, maximum. Alright. The bacon itself, you can't taste. It's a shame. They didn't put a lot of it on it. You're not really going to be able to taste the bacon. They simply did that for decorative purposes. Oh, everyone likes bacon. There you go. So that's the one thing you have to remember there. And now, most importantly, can you taste the sriracha sauce? A little bit. Again, I mentioned earlier, you can't taste as much of it as I would have hoped for. When you really dig in there, when you really sink your fork in there and begin eating it, you are going to get a little bit of that spiciness from the sriracha that does hit you. This is not a spicy dish overall, however. Really, it's just going to be very cheesy and very thick, and you're really just going to be able to taste this. I think it's maybe a liquid cheddar blend of cheese of some sort. You're really going to be able to taste that, and that's really going to be the most prevailing flavor, then the potatoes from the fries, and then the sriracha, bacon being the last flavor there. So, you like cheesy dishes, regardless of anything else, you're going to like these fries. If you're a sriracha freak, if you just love your sriracha sauce, pour a little cup of it every morning and drink it to start the day, you're going to be disappointed, and you're going to be saying, wow, where's the sriracha here? I thought they really advertised this as being very heavy on the sriracha, so keep that in mind. Price-wise for this, $2. $2 for this. I mean, this, regardless of what this is, at least you are getting a nice loaded tub of this stuff, so price is okay. Therefore, out of 10, ladies and gentlemen, what am I going to be rating these sriracha fries from Wendy's? Out of 10, folks. I'm going to have to rate these sriracha fries, oh boy, I'm going to have to give these a 7.1 out of 10, just due to the fact that the sriracha, I wish you can taste more of that, and I wish you can taste a little bit more of that bacon too. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Report of the Week. Thank you. We'll see you later. Take care.